Alright, so tonight I'm going to review this Fonseca #1. It's wrapped in this paper here. Just got home from work, you know, it's been a long week. And I've been so excited I couldn't wait to review the cigar. I mean, I love these things. They're wrapped in this washi paper. It's not just normal tissue paper. It's actually a Japanese special paper that is made in a very pure way by the pulp of kua, which is mulberry trees. And the pulp is really, you know, pure. It's filtered and prepared in the winter, so it keeps its, you know, just a very essence of this fiber. It's going to keep humidity in the wrapper and protect the cigar without adding any chemicals or toxins. So this is a very high quality washi Japanese paper that they use to wrap these cigars, this Fonseca. And a #1 is a Lonsdale, it's a Cervantes, it's a Dalias, it's a beautiful smoke. I mean, I love Lonsdale cigars, just my favorite, Vitola. I've said that many a times. The wrapper is papery, little marbled, but very slick and very smooth, and it's got a little sheen to it. It just looks like a nice roll. It looks like a really nice roll here. The feet, I mean, it looks just the bunching of the cigar. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just very well rolled piece of tobacco here. Beautiful looking cigar. It's a little veiny, and it's really stored well. I think it's about 5 years old, this cigar. I got a half box of them left, you know. I think they might be discontinued, you know, so. Oh, there's a beautiful sweet smell. Aroma's fantastic. Beautiful, sweet, honeyed. Amazing. So yeah, it's a very honeyed cigar here. I'm getting a lot of this kind of what I smell when I get Trinidad's, aged Trinidad's out of my humidor or out of a box. It's got a very similar smell to that. It's just the real honeyed sweetness. Beautiful. Fantastic. Can't wait to smoke this thing. Give it a straight cut. In the pre-draw here, I get some notes of sour cherry. Barney, a little salt on the palate there. I mean, the smell this wrapper is putting off, and the draw is very, very good. It's an awesome draw. Not too open, not too packed. It's perfect. It's a perfectly rolled, amazing cigar here. I love it so far. Awesome. 5 years old, vintage. Premium tobacco from Vuelta Bajo region was used in the Pinar del Rio region, Vuelta Bajo. This uses the most premium tobacco, and these #1s might be discontinued. Yeah. And it's a real shame. It's a real shame. Damn, it's a real shame. These are beautiful, beautiful smokes. So if you have any, I would say try to find some more, or if you have enough, you know, just hold on to what you got and age the shit out of them. Because you know these kinds of cigars are going to age very well. It's Vuelta Bajo tobacco. If you store them right, over long term, they're going to age beautifully. 5 years, what I'm expecting out of the cigar, I'm expecting it to be smooth, pleasant, mellow, earthy tones, sweet, and very flavorful. At 5 years, a Fonseca, yes. Flavorful, definitely I would expect that. So I'm going to light it up here. Just wet my whistle real fast. Let that phosphorus burn off. Gently toast the cigar. Roll it around. Don't get it too hot yet. And then slowly heat that end up there. So that's how you light a cigar with a match. If you didn't already know, which probably the listeners on, that are going to listen to me, they already know how to light a fucking cigar. So didn't mean to insult anybody. I'm just trying to, for any newbies out there. Beautiful cigar. Taste is fantastic. Amazing through the nose. Sweet, fresh, hay. It's got an earthiness to it. It's just silky sweet to the nose. Fantastically sweet. I mean, I get a lot of this kind of a Connecticut shade. Mildness and earthiness and sweetness to this wrapper. Which is one thing that I really like about him. I love this blend because of its mildness. This is one of the mildest Cuban cigars you're going to get. And it's a Lonsdale. So Lonsdale cigars are typically not that mild. They're quite flavorful and strong, but not this one. Not this one. Beautiful through the nose, sweet, a little fruity. Yeah, a little salt on the palate again. Yeah, a little salty, this smoke. I was talking to these Japanese today about the cigars, and in Japanese, the language in the Nihongo, the Japanese language, a cigar is called hamaki. And hamaki translates to cigar, but what is hamaki? Hamaki is maki is like a roll, like a maki, sushi maki, or like a harumaki, like a spring roll. It means like a roll, maki. And so ha means leaf. So cigar in Japanese is like roll of a leaf. Hamaki. I wanted to talk about Ploom today. I want to ask you guys, anybody listening out there, about Ploom, because, obviously there's Ploom on cigars. I couldn't believe, I wanted to research about it. I looked it up on the internet, and all I could find was mold, the Ploom myth. It's all mold, mold, mold. There's no such thing as Ploom. It's a myth. That's bullshit. Obviously there's Ploom. Mold and Ploom are totally different things. I don't know where all this confusion came from, but Ploom they're like these crystals, little dusting of crystals on the wrapper of the cigar, and they look crystally and shiny if you look at them in the light. They look like crystals, like little quartz crystals, salt crystals or something. And they come from the oils in the cigar, mingling and aging and then slightly coming out from the wrapper. It's a very good sign. It's a great thing to have Ploom. That means that the cigar is aging amazingly with the oils and the binder and the filler. So Ploom is a desirable sign that, one could check out when they're looking at a cigar to see how it's aging, what condition the cigar is. If the cigar is growing Ploom, then it's in a really good condition. It's going to smoke amazingly. And that Ploom is going to even add more to the flavor. You can brush it back into the cigar. Some people just burn it as is. Depends on the palate or the person. But mold is like, it's totally fucking different. I don't understand why people are confused. Mold is like little white spots. They're like puffy little white spots of like somebody threw like flour and like some puffy white shit got smeared on the cigar. It looks totally different. It doesn't look crystalline. It's like white mold, and you just brush that shit off. Mold does not look crystally. I've looked at so many examples online. I'm like, crystallized mold, fungus that grows some crystals. Fungus doesn't grow. Fungus grows like webs of things and roots. So if you got a cigar that has all this webby shit like a spider webs on it, then that's fucking mold. Or if you got a cigar that has white blotches on it, that's like the fungus part of the cigar, releasing spores. So that's a fungus. There's no crystallized fungus. I don't know where this bullshit came from, but it doesn't exist. But oil, crystallized oil, there's hundreds, thousands of examples. Oil easily crystallizes when it solidifies. And people might say, well, what do you mean oil crystallizes? Well, here's an example right here. I brought an example. This is coconut oil. It's winter time, so it froze. And it froze like ice, like normal water freezes, and it crystallized. So this is a pure oil. It's crystallized. So oil does crystallize. It can crystallize, as proven right here. I just don't know if this camera's going to pick it up. But that's what's happening in your cigars. It's a good sign. Not mold. So that was kind of a weird thing. I don't know why, people were saying that. Couldn't believe it. But my real question about Ploom is, I want to ask any listeners out there, which cigars are ploomy? Because some cigars develop plume as they age, but some don't. Like, I've never seen plume on Cohibas, never seen plume on Monte Cristos. They just get more oily and dark, it seems. Monte Cristos, especially Monte 1s, as they age. But they don't really get plume. But La Gloria's, oh my god, they get a shitload of plume. That plume is awesome on if you're aging La Gloria's. And Partagas develops a nice plume. Those 818s that I reviewed, or 898s that I reviewed last week, wow, they were plumed out already. That's why I bought them. I was in the humidor and I was like, oh my god, it's a half box of 898s. Can't get them anymore. And they got plume on them and they're 3 years old. Fuck. I just got a spring for it. I bought them. And it was an amazing cigar. I reviewed one last week and it was awesome. It's fucking awesome. Delicious. Also a Lonsdale cigar. Delicious. Sweet, a little vegetal came through right there. Just nice tobacco notes. I get a little like a oak wood, like a whiskey oak almost, but not any whiskey. Very mild, good to the nose. So I want to do something different today. I mean, this might seem a little bit conceited because my channel is so small, but I love talking cigars, and that's the only reason why I'm doing this channel, so I can talk cigars to people out there. And a lot of viewers of mine, people, subscribers and stuff, they've commented on some of my vlogs or whatever, you know, my videos, my reviews. And it's awesome, man. I love that shit. I mean, anybody that comments, I try to get back to everybody, because it's amazing, I think. It's like forming a club, you know. We don't know each other, but, you know, we can connect through some amazing, you know, piece of work of art, something that's really special and fantastic Cuban cigars. So I love the community. Cuban cigars are not just about smoking, looking cool, and enjoying good flavors. There's a lot more to it. There's an art and beauty and history. The history of Cuban, you know, tobacco and cigars in general is amazing. Incredible. I love it. Beautiful history. There's a culture out there that is just so cool. A cigar culture. So I think it's just amazing. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm real happy, you know, a lot of people have emailed me, they've helped me out a lot, like great advice. And so I want to read some of the comments here, go through it a little bit, and kind of give some shout outs and stuff. So that last review I did, the Partagas, this guy, 1968 Tigger 8, he commented, "I dig your passion and respect for cigars. Partagas 898 is one of my favorite smokes. Word is that the last production was late 2018. Let's hope they reappear." Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too, man. I haven't seen them for sale. They've been sold out for a long time. And that's a bad sign. When you go on vendor sites and it's just like, ain't nothing. It's just, you know, your Medalla de Oro number 2 is a great example. 5 years ago, you could probably still get them. Maybe 6 years ago. But now it's impossible, you know. They kill lines. And, you know, who the fuck knows? But he had a really interesting comment after that, because I commented to him like that, and he said, "Thanks for taking the time to review and post. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they bring the Vitola back. Some folks hypothesize that their disappearance is temporary." So this is a guy here, he knows his shit right here about cigars and about the Cuban industry. Shit that really, I don't even know, you know. So thank you very much. It's really cool information. And packaging shortage, or could have been a bad crop even, you know, who the hell knows. But I'm thinking it's like a shortage of rollers, torcedores. But anyways, he says, the rollout of the Punch 898 APAC, so that's the Asian Pacific release, which I'm in Japan. It's a 2019 release. So, yeah, so I guess he was saying that they put the Partagas 898 on the rocks, you know, while they roll out this new Punch regional edition thing, you know, so I don't know. I guess it probably makes sense, you know. Maybe, hopefully that's what they're doing. And then, you know, after that Punch goes away, then they're going to bring back the Vitola. I hope so, man. I mean, I would love to get this Punch, you know, 898, but to be honest, I don't think I can afford it. You know, it's going to be like $500-600 for a fucking box of 10. It's too expensive. Too expensive for me, anyways. Sidney Carton. Now, this guy, he's really cool. He's a cool dude. He hooked me up a couple weeks ago. Recommended me a site that sold something that I was out of. He said, "Looks good, man. I hope you enjoyed it. I got a question. When do you think a cigar reaches a good aging amount?" You know, for example, Hoyos, Partagas, Bolivars, LGCs. Have some from 2017, 2016. I want to age them, but it's hard not to smoke them. Yeah, I know, man. I know. Trust me. You gotta calm down, not smoke them all. Saving them is awesome. And your question about aging is a very complicated one. Just lost the ash there. Aging cigars improves their quality basically all the time, but the period at which you age them is going to improve different types of qualities. So most cigars, if you age them the first 5 years, they're going to get more flavorful. And then if you age them over 10 years, mostly they're going to lose their flavor and get more mellow and just really mild. And then usually after 20 years, they get really flavorful again, depending on how much tannins you had in the cigar. So it's a very complicated deal. Like if you smoke a cigar that's really harsh and ammoniac in the beginning, in the first year, and it's really bitter and tannic, then that's a good cigar to age past the 20-year mark. But if you start out with a mild cigar like Cohiba, you don't want to age that for 20 years. You're just going to lose everything. You end up smoking shit. So it depends on the cigars. It depends on how they're stored, how they're boxed. I mean, it's very complicated. Cabinet aging is better than aging in dress boxes, because all the cigars are all bundled together and touching. So those oils in the cigars are going to mingle and marry and combine, and you're just going to get this amazing bundle of cigars. So if you're going to long-term age, I highly recommend cabinets.